Okay. This was our load. We ended the chapter. Oh, freak. Okay, we're gonna recap. We went to our cousin's mother, or Pearland, my aunt, died, so we're going to the funeral. Tabitha doesn't like us very much. The estate is in shambles. Oh, we met Dustin. Dustin slays. We met Stella. And then we met Duke, and because we were going into the woods with Stella, but then we went to the woods anyway. We saw this weird deer creature. And then we ran into Duke, and then when we did, these creepy creature dudes came after us. I had to go save Gretchen, but in the meantime, Dookie got pew-pewed right in the head. Gore warning, probably. No, it didn't show it. So then we called the police, and the police were like, we'll check in the morning. So then we were like, what the freak do we do? So we went to this, to whatever her name, I forget her name, the mom, to go ask her about if she knew anything about this. And then this creepy guy, Wayne, showed up. But then we talked to Sybil. Sybil is the mom's name. We talked to her about these things called ditchlings. And then after that, I went home. / to the estate. There you go. There's the recap. W recap? Finish this one. That's true. Oh, that's right. Yes. Thank you. W recap. Thank you. Thank you. Should I flip it vertically again, or the weirdest thing? Why is there a flip vertical but not a flip horizontal? I don't get it. That's true. Maybe a Sharky. Girls lurk. What? Okay. We can play your games tomorrow if you want. Or maybe the next day if you see how it goes. Late. She doom scrolled for an hour. She wanted to play some games tonight, but she cleaned and then doom scrolled, and now she's here to say goodnight. So everyone say goodnight to Party Princess. Also, I was thinking, whenever we do play games, we could, okay, making up a handshake. Okay, oh yeah, okay. Sharky says goodnight. She said goodnight, Sharky. But I was thinking we could try to log you into your Discord on my computer, and then you can use that headset, and I can like play Discord and people can hear you from the headset. Because then like you could sit at a desk. That's pretty stupid. Anyway. Good night. Love you. Slay. We're gonna have a lot of Party Princess features. It'll be lit. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, I had to say goodnight. Are we locked? Lock in. Nobody else said goodnight. That's rude. Y'all rude. Lil Rusbees. Okay. Ah, thank you. Thank you. That's why that random guy wanted to hook up with me, but had to burn his burner phone, you know? Anyway. Whoa! What did I click on? Microsoft Edge? Get out of here. Edge, get out of here. No one wants you. Okay, sorry. We're back. Okay. You open your eyes. Oh, yes. The sun has risen. The birds are singing. You're still alive for now. You are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety, wringling as the events of last night play out in your head. What the freak is that word? You can't help but remember Duke slumped against a tree, pieces of him shattered across the clearing. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Note, you can refresh yourself on the events of the previous day with the journal icon. Okay. Let's check on Dustin. Yeah. Hi, Dustin. Oh, good. He's still there. Human is back. Good morning, Dustin. How are you today? Dustin, feel good. Had productive night. I see you have bread now. Yes, Dustin found bread. Dustin also ate a bug last night. Good night for Dustin. Dustin is my favorite character, I think. Have you met Frou Frou? Monster. Can I talk to you about something horrible that happened last night? Human can always talk to Dustin. I love Dustin so much. Dustin literally is my favorite. I love him so much, bro. The woods are full of big scary monsters. Dustin understand. World is full of big scaries. When Dustin gets scared, Dustin pretend to be dead. Good advice for human, maybe. Can I have my clothes back? These Dustin clothes now. No give back. Dustin bite if try to take. What if I ask nicely? Dustin bite. Dustin have big teeth. Back off, they're not worth it. You aren't in the mood to catch whatever weird disease opossums in North Carolina might carry. They don't actually carry really any diseases. Something about body temp or something. I can't remember. They're usually like diseaseless. They also can't get rabies. Good. Dustin not want to bite, but Dustin will bite. It was nice to catch up with you. I'll see you around. Okay. Why do you say K like that? Poke around the closet. Great, the doll didn't move during the night. Maybe it isn't haunted after all. Though, after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly consolation. Alright, let's look out the window. That would be cute. I love Dustin so much. You look out the window. For a second, you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal. It could have been anything else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. All right, let's get dressed and go to the kitchen. So do I have clothes that I didn't give to Dustin? Just some clothes? Frou Frou eyes you from their favorite spot on the counter. Her pupils dilate and her tail twitches. I see you are still here. How unfortunate. Do you know anything about ditchlings? Even if I did, why would I ever tell you anything? And for the record, no, I don't. No, so stop bothering me. Look, I don't want to be here either. Who would have thought we had anything in common? Hey, did you know the police called me this morning? You've only been here one day and you've already had a run-in with the cops. Who is she, my mom? Like, back up, Tabitha. Mind your business. Something is coming for this town and I need people to start listening to me. Did they say anything about Duke? Did they find the bodies? We were chased through the woods by monsters and you're worried about cops? There are monsters in the woods. We need to leave. I really had a rough night. Can you cut me some slack? What can I say? Trouble follows me where I go. Duke's blood is on my hands. Cut me some slack. A man died right in front of me and those woods are full of actual monsters. No, some old farmer went missing and that's it. Don't tell Stella. Don't let Stella get you all worked up over this. They just told people he was missing? She has that effect on people. I'm sure they stole his body. Did they find his body? Body? They didn't say anything about a body, but apparently he never went home last night. They're dirty little liars. 463, I guess. That's actually a pretty good price for like, what was that? Like a pint, maybe? That's a pretty good price. And they had quite a few questions about you, Sleepy. Before you ask, don't worry. I told them that you're an upstanding citizen. Thanks for having my back. She does. Sure, what else is family for? What's up with you and Stella? We just have a history, that's all. I don't need to explain myself to you. I'm sorry. Good. Ugh, I don't like her. I gotta get to work, but listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. Girl, who is she? You're not my mom. Don't want to hear any complaints. Just do what I ask and you won't have any more problems. I hate that smile too. She takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you're the only human in the estate. It seems you make a habit of a bad first impression. The cat chuckles mockingly. Time to start your day. Let's look at the garden. Probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, if only to prove it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. We'll investigate a little further. She is so bossy. Like I'm an adult. Mind your business. You wander further, trying to pinpoint the spot. If indeed there had been anything to begin with, take it all in. The garden is peaceful, but undeniably eerie. Here, more than anywhere else, you're surrounded by the ghost of what this place used to be. A greenhouse sits in the midst of an overwhelming greenery, unreachable from years of neglect. Its glass clouded and cracked. Statues reach out from within the sea of weeds, as if begging to be rescued. She do, bruh. As most strikingly, behind a pair of rusted metal gates at the very peak of the mountain sits a graveyard. Bruh, we're so close to the graveyard? Nah. No, thank you. You can just make out a few of the headstones, the scarlet name carved deep and proud into their faces. You notice what a good view someone would have if your window, if they stood where they're standing now. Check the ground for clues. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery and examine the soft earth. A boot print, a big boot print, and what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo just in case it comes in handy later. How did I just happen to move the greenery aside in the just exact spot to see that, bruh? My goodness. Let's make a PB&J. W breakfast, and that's that. Head to town. After last night, you should make things up with your cousin. Screw going to town. Try and clean the guest bathroom instead. Tabitha's right. After last night, the last thing you need is to be sucked into more adventures. You're not going to leave the estate. You're going to do what you were told and wait for her to get back from work. Should I go into town or should I like try and clean the bathroom? Is cleaning the bathroom gonna lead to going into town anyway? I feel like it might. I want to do both, low-key. Why can't I clean the bathroom and then go into town? See if I meet more people. What do you guys think? Yeah, Sharky can withhold because Sharky knows things. But everybody else is not exempt. Everybody else needs to give me their opinion. Go to town. Dwarf's always looking for trouble. Should I flip a coin? Heads is head to town. Tails is clean the bathroom. Flip a coin. Flip a coin. It's heads. All right, we're going to town. Going downtown. You head outside, back up the mountain path that leads to town. The walk back to town is much less pleasant today than it was yesterday when you didn't yet know that the woods are full of monsters and strange men who know your name. You stare anxiously into the darkness beyond the trees, searching for any signs of movement, but the woods are still, at least for now. The autumn-tinged mountains sprawling for miles in every direction now feel less like beautiful scenery and more like the walls of a cage. Almost back to town. You make it to town in one piece. No creatures jumped out at you. No scary men blocked your path. The sight of other people is comforting, helping you forget the things you've witnessed as if they happened to someone else. Oh, hey, Sleepy! Oh! Okay. Rizzler. The Rizzler. We were just talking about you. I stopped by Sybil's to pick up her new tea blend and, well, you're the biggest thing to come in town since the coal mine. Folks have been absolutely buzzing about you. You went out with Stella last night, right? Did something happen out there? She barely even waved when she walked by. Duke got hurt. We bumped into Duke a couple of times while we were out there and he got hurt pretty bad. I'm not really sure what we saw. Whoa, slow down. Is he okay? No, I'm afraid Duke is no longer with us, Avery. Stella stopped by last night and told me about her and Sleepy's encounter in the woods. Holy crap, I can't believe this is the first I've heard of it. Has anyone told Beau? Yes, he's taking it as well as you can imagine. I'll be going up to check on him today, the poor lad. I can't believe you had to see that, Sleepy. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you up some of Sybil's new blend and try to calm your nerves. It's chaga and lemon balm. It always helps me on bad days. And if you need to talk about what happened, I'm all ears. Anyways, it's up to you, Sleepy. See you around. See ya, Sybil. Take care, Avery. I like Avery. I see you're a private person. I can respect that. Okay, well, I think most people in general would think I'm crazy bonkers if I told them. And I don't hardly know that man. So, like, why would I tell him, bruh? I don't see why that's such a big deal. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth about what you encountered last night. I better get back to it myself. But I was like hesitant about walking back last night. And she was like, no, I just need alone time. Like, she didn't even like offer. It was like rude. Please don't hesitate to stop by. We both know there's something so wrong. How are you so calm? Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play. I trust that you, Stella, and Kanika have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversations short, but I've got things I need tending to. Stay safe, Sleepy, and God bless. And with that, you're alone on Main Street. What do you do with the rest of your morning? Ooh. Diner? General store? We'll go to the diner. The diner's a little quiet, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. Warn the patrons of the danger. Nah, talk to Avery. We don't need to create mass panic if we don't need to. Coffee date? I'm on a date with Avery? Okay. Right, Sharky? Like, I don't know. She don't like me, bro. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie saddles up a fresh mug of tea in hand. I'm having a hard time reading. It's getting to be that time. I might be down to rizz up Avery. He seems cool. Should I rizz up Avery, or are there better options later? Heard you needed this. The answer is 29. Down is oink, by the way. What? But the clue is pen sound. How is that a sound a pen makes? Wait, pen like pig pen. Are you kidding me? How was I ever supposed to guess that? Hey, they're doing word games, I think. I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. Real. It's just something to do to fill the time, but maybe I should switch to Sudoku. When he leaves, Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, what the heck really happened last night? You can tell me, I won't judge. You take a gentle sip. Sybil was right. You can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's event. Whoa, colored me impressed. Not a fan of folks take to chaga so quickly. But like, okay, Sharky, other hot men that I need to be concerned about. You can warn me about that. That's okay. Are there more hot men in the future? That's what I need to know. Just a simple yes or no. What if you don't believe me? I'm not here to judge. I'm here to listen. Sure, why not? You share everything, all the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that's some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods? I may have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. Can I riz them all? What if I riz them all? What if I'm a player? What if I riz them all? How exciting. Now that I think about it, when the cops come in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about going out into the woods to look for someone. It must have been Duke. They seem so disconnected from it. I figured it couldn't be very serious, but wow. They're weirdly suspicious of me. I saw what happened, but it feels like so far they've done is hound me. Hey, I don't know if it'd help your anxiety, but even if they think you did something, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't bother going after you. Those cops come in here every day, and I feel like I know them pretty well by now. Well, Duke's dead, so... You know. And let me tell you, they have no follow-through. I can't tell you the number of complaints they've just, like, dropped after a day or two. And I'll vouch for you if they try anything. I didn't peg you as a transplant. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte. Gosh, 3 years ago now? Maybe a little more. I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job, and who was I to pass up on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history that I'll never be a part of. Said oh right, I forgot. Why'd you leave Charlotte, if you don't mind me asking? No, it's cool. I was having some issues with folks about my education, which... Oh, with my folks about my education, which wasn't great, especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay. The rest is history. Do you regret moving here? I don't think I have the choice to have second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie, and there's no way she's leaving this place. I get it. I feel out of place here too, bruh. They've been plenty friendly, but life here is so different than what I'm used to. It's hard to explain, but I just don't feel like I belong. Exactly. There are worse ways to be, but I'm not sure I'll ever entirely feel like I belong here. Did you say all this was exciting? You should get out of here before it gets worse. Take me with you. Did you say this was exciting? A man's dead. Exciting doesn't have to mean good, but nothing ever happens around here. Oh man, it looks like my shift is starting. I hope you're doing a bit better. Maybe the Chaga's had a chance to start working its magic. I'm gonna keep my ears open for ya. The diner's where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. That would be a slay, though. Like, eavesdropping on people as a waiter. That would eat. Avery slips out the booth, giving a friendly half wave before disappearing into the back. You leave the diner ready to continue your day. Cool. I can still go to the general store. That slays. General store in the light of day. A young man sits at a table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care you stepped in. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you? Or he sighs. I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today. So of course whatever plans I had didn't matter. Just take the chips. I don't care. Wouldn't that be stealing? If Kanika cares about running this place right, she can hire someone else and let me live my life. We make most of our money on bulk orders anyway. A bag of chips doesn't make any difference. Alright, see you later, Vidana. Exactly, Sharky. That's what I'm saying. I'll pay for my chips. I'm not ringing you up. Take them or leave them. I'ma take them, bruh. Low-key. Welcome back. You're back. Vidana's leaving. A little trade-sies. Salt and vinegar. Okay, good choice. Good choice. Cool. Hi, I'm sleepy. I just got in town yesterday. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. Where's Kanika? Not here. What's your name? Miles. I like the name Miles. What you doing on your phone? Games. You probably haven't heard of them. That's true. They are, bruh. Exactly. Everybody go clean yourselves right now. It's cleaning time. You're in prison? What you mean? I'm not, you can leave. You can leave. You know how to get to the mines? Maps are free. You take a map. But now you have the power to visit your cousin on your own free will. You should leave town. There's monsters. May as well. You've been talking to my mom too much. Oh. I meant to say goodbye, but... Oh, that's fair. Prison shower time. Everybody showers at the same time. Okay, you turn to leave. Head to the library. Why not? It wasn't crummy. Who says I'm not in the shower right now? Currently in the shower. Sharky, go get in the shower right now. If we all showered, if everybody in the world showered at the same time, would we run out of water? I'm just goofing. You enter the former town hall. I know we wouldn't. What once must have been a stately foyer has now since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh, hey! Okay, let's go sit with them, I guess. Fancy seeing you here. Was trying to research the creatures we ran into last night if you want to join. Sybil said she was waiting for you to get into town, so I assume you're all caught up on the ditchling stuff. Welcome back to our little team, Sleepy. Did you send my regards to that foul feline? Sorry, Gretchen, I didn't get the chance to tell Frou-Frou about last night. A slight misfortune, but entirely washed away by the joy of your renewed company. Did you just try and talk to Gretchen about Tabitha's cat? It's not the first time. She talked to Gretchen yesterday and said some wildly insightful stuff. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she can actually talk to animals. One paranormal mystery at a time, please. Oh, geez, they're catching on. So maybe I should just like full out weird it now that they are picking up on it. Morning, Sleepy, you look tired. My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Sleepy. Oh, Gretchen, thank you. Love Gretchen. Yeah, the estate is not the easiest place to get 8 hours. It's creepy and windy. And all the dreadful creatures in every nook and corner. It is a wonder you even got a wink. Maybe IDK. We'll see. I'm just trying to get people to like me mostly. I don't want to end up in jail, you know? I can only imagine that place was already falling apart the last time I was there, and it has been years. I can't believe it hasn't been condemned. Not that there's anyone here to do the condemning. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Before you dig in, you remember the boot print you found in the garden. We'll show them the photo. You hold up your phone, you show them the photo. These prints were in the bushes with a clear line of sight to my window. Again, that's creepy. Are you okay? What? Is that liquid around it? It kind of looks like pus. I think it's Wayne. Those boots are too big to be Tabitha's. I'm gonna talk about the opossum. I'm just weirding it out now. Tell Stella that I was the one who broke Mr. Jingles. Maybe then she'll finally understand the connection that you and I share. Kanika and Stella slightly glance at each other. Gretchen, I'm gonna talk about Mr. Oh, look at Gretchen, is so happy. Gretchen's so happy I told them about Mr. Jingles. Look at her. Stop, that's cute. You actually can talk to animals, can't you? What? Mr. Jingles was the name I had for that little snake toy Gretchen had as a pup, which she broke. I kept asking who broke Mr. Jingles, like I didn't know it was her. This is going to be a reoccurring bit. I might as well play along. You think it's Wayne? That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room? He snuck up on us last night and called out Sleepy by name, and those boot prints match up with the mining getup. I'm glad the two of you had me there to protect you. Yeah, Gretchen, W protector. Whoa, apparently I missed a lot last night. I wonder if there's any connection between the guy and what happened in the woods last night. Like what? I mean, I don't have anything specific, but we do have that whole prophecy of impending doom angle to explore, and this photo is weird. Can't stop thinking about those splatters on the ground. If he's sick, maybe it's from the creatures you encountered. Hey there, strangers and literal stranger. Hi, I'm Sleepy, Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left, but that Scarlet resemblance is strong. And I'm Oscar Gutierrez, chief librarian and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built the library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of shelves of boring books donated by old people. It's getting late. She's struggling to read. Y'all are too kind, but speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know, the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's old Maxwell place? It's this great abandoned spot, and it's practically a magnet for young people. Even honors students aren't free from its call. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I don't like the thought of teens getting up to mischief with all those ditchlings in the wood. Egg it on! Egg it on! Ditchlings? That's actually what we came here today. Have you heard of them? Apparently seeing one's supposed to mean a disaster's around the corner. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? No, bruh. I had like hardly any friends. I was at home most of the time. No, I was not. Were you? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Or should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna nab some more books. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Aw, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit. Oh, she's so cute. Well, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs? Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. Pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree. Oscar, I don't think you have to worry about the horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in the woods. Do you really not feel where all this is going? The moment their whispers made their way to me, it's like everything started to click into place. A reckoning is coming for this town. Whatever's out there has been brutalizing the wildlife. I don't think it's safe. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble. We'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Sleepy, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. I didn't mean to make him so nervous. Got him, just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. All right, this is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our books. Let's get this research party started. Reading awaits. Veins of Scarlet. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to war injury from this time in the Indian Wars. Exacerbated by the short stints. Has also lost his eldest two sons in the bloodiest of the wars, leaving the third eldest, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, overseeing it all, elegant Scarlet Estate that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region, culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918. It was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore, his brother, Enoch the Fifth Scarlet. Oh, Enoch V. Oh, it's his middle name, not the fifth, my bad. Who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how the family made its fortune. Yeah, she's like kind of skimming. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to them, 12 siblings, North Carolina, tumultuous time. Not much is known about his life. He quickly rose to the ranks, but also due to particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. Federal government granted the now captain a tract bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled in the hills of North Carolina. That land was to become Scarlet Hollow, but it started as simple log cabin built by Silas and his two hands, occupied by his family of 10, Silas, his wife, and their 8 children. Oh, golly gee, he probably did. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal underneath the entire region, saved what he could, and brought the surrounding hillside at a discount, clearly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to make the infamous mines. Probably. I don't know, but probably. Okay, one more. Oh, Wampus Cat. Never mind, it's more than one more. Cherokee legends. Wampus Cat originated story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband away. She hunted it down by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of the region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore a pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters in her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that's neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. So this one is just some goobers that dress up as a cat and try and scare people in the woods. Got it. Dwarf, it's because I'm white? What does that mean? Right, Sharky, yeah. Tommy knockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in the Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of the mine and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to be inside. I don't know, probably. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt the final resting place. Talipo! There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole. Before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only a long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. That's true. You can lie about it? I mean, why would I lie about that? It sucks and it's dumb, but like, we don't own any now. Like, why would I lie about that? I don't understand. Guess this will have to do, he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into his bed satisfied, and the dog curled up at his feet. He woke to the sound of nails scrabbling across the woods. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he had been, and in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my Talipo," a high hoarse voice cracked into the darkness. "Go away," he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hard wood accompanying his movements. "I want my Talipo," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squealed, his voice catching in his throat with fear. But there was no dog to be seen. "I want my Talipo!" Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. What the freak is a Talipo? The freak? No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter was his dog and his cabin. All that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods. What? How do we know that that all happened? If he died? Was someone, like, watching? Like, how? The freak? I think I'm all done. Let's check in. All right, we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night. I think we can rule out any natural disasters of what brought the ditchlings here, but not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps from the table. Almost on instinct, Stella slams her book shut. Aw, hey, Pixel. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip any paper he can find. Pixel, my dear friend, it's been a long time. How have you been? Hungry. Did Stella bring the good stuff? Haha, don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Aw, snack time. Crunch, crunch. Have I? No, I haven't played this part yet. You're probably just thinking about your own playthroughs. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of your books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Why do you let the paper shredder wander free? Why don't you mind your own business? Have you seen the little guy's face? How could I say no to that? Sure, let's talk to him. Pixel's a cool name. I'm an indoor cat. I don't know nothing about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house got haunted. Pixel says your house is haunted. What's up with that? Haunted? Wait, Pixel said that? So is it true then? Yes, at least I think it is. There isn't any other explanation. Sleepy is either psychic or she can talk to animals. It's a long story. Just roll with it. We've been living in the library for a little while. It's been great. Way more snacks, way more scritches. Except sometimes there's too many scritches. Hold up, what kind of haunting we talking about? Unexplained noises, objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places? Aw, Oscar, don't get your hopes up like that. Nothing like that, sorry. The floor in Rosalina's bedroom just keeps seeping blood, and I've seen strange figures in the hallway a couple times. When we asked about, like, weird things, did he not feel like this was necessary to bring up? Like, girl. Wait, you've seen a full body apparition? Can I see it? Stella, how many times have you been on ghost hunts and been tricked by shadows? You know what it's going to be. But what if it's an actual ghost? I feel like it's worth looking into. Y'all are more than welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night? Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like a way fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creaky floorboards. Oh, slay! Slay, Jiffy! What's good? 3 months. How are you, friend? Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. We're playing a story game right now. It's kind of crazy. Do you really? Slay! Okay, so you kind of know what's going on. That's good. Well, welcome. I talk to animals, obviously. Had to choose that one. But, all right, good luck. Get a dub. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. All right, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Stella, what were you saying about nuclear incidents? You were talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Haha, yeah. Apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke mid-air and dropped a couple of bombs. Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the 2 bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing the detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger in its descent. He is, bruh. He just started talking to us. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Right, it's conventional explosive disintegrated in mid-air, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I'm sorry, did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal. I don't think disarming bombs is in our skill set. Absolutely not. Also, Goldsboro is almost 400 miles from here. I think we're good. Oh yeah, it's definitely not related. The freak? I'm just saying, you never know with radiation. Well, we actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own 100 miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Any luck with Rosalina? Who is Rosalina? Oh, that's his daughter. Yeah. Haha, not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it would happen overnight. I'll probably head out once y'all are done and check in with her usual haunts. We'll talk about the coal mines. It gets cold. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel for the guys who work there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. What happened after the mine collapse? The book just kind of glossed over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yes, the Scarlet Hollow mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. The union busting mine collapsed from poor working conditions. Color me shocked. You guys really seem to have a bone to pick with Charles Shaw. That's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster, especially in a small town like this. People tend to spit when they hear your name. He got run out of town on a rail, you know. And that's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. This big mural of it over on the far wall. He got off easy, if you ask me. Color me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what that sculpture out front is for, commemorating all those men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse in 1918. Would I let the Union in? Sure. Wolf, hello. How are you? Long time no see. How are you, friend? Our teachers love to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably to try to show us how good we have it or whatever. Low bar, if you ask me. You know, that could be what the ditchlings are warning us about. Another collapse? Writing it down on the list of potential disasters. Yeesh, Stella, that's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with that kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. Y'all don't actually think a mine is about to collapse, right? Haha, no, I don't think so. Phew, had me worried there for a second. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. Yes, only a few more runs till Thanksgiving, for sure. I'm glad you're doing all right, though. What if they're coming from the mine? I like that. I like that. Maybe there's some sort of subterranean creature. Maybe there's something down there making people sick and changing them. Sure, that could work. That wouldn't explain how many ditchlings we saw last night. Like, sure, occasionally a miner goes missing, but we saw dozens of those things. I mean, it's definitely not mutated miners, but what if there's some sort of parasite down there? Maybe it got into some animals and spread to the woods. And now that I think about it, Wayne's a miner. Maybe that ties him to all of this. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's one of the more plausible explanations we've got so far. All right, let's talk about the Silas, rich guy in the South. Rich guy in the South knew things wouldn't be pretty. That book is a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing on a subject. Yep, dude was a monster. The mines made a lot of money during the Civil War too, and you can probably guess which side the North Carolinian business owner would be working for. Sorry you're related to him. Maybe they're here for retribution. This town is stuck in the past, built on a trash. He seems like a terrible person, but I don't see what he has to do with bad omens or creatures in the woods. Maybe it's retribution? That seems tenacious. Assuming Kanika's mom is right, they're here as an omen, not because they're going to do something themselves. And I think we know how I feel on the matter. Okay, we'll talk about the folk monster. Wampus cats. Voice of a woman crying out. Cat size. Definitely they are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought we were supposed to be skeptics. Oh, Stella, one of these days you'll trust us. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions don't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or something getting confused, or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal, sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank, then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs, freaks out, now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it, I promise. I'm holding you to that. Tommy knockers? Tommy knockers. There's something seriously wrong with the guy and we should definitely look into it, but I don't think he's a ghost. I think they're talking about, I skipped it over pretty fast. I think they're talking about Wayne. Yeah, ghosts tend to be tied to a specific place, though maybe he's haunting the whole town. He's not a ghost because ghosts aren't real. I've also seen him, like, touch stuff. My mom used to tell me the Telepost story. I totally forgot about it. I love that one. There's an old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Talipo. The one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. No, Tommy. Tommy with a T. Now I know that's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Talipo. I've camped out there a couple times and seen some pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Okay. Why not? Do you think there's a cult? These cops were awfully suspicious, almost like they're trying to cover it up. Really weird combination of dismissive and trying to pin things on me. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but I'm not sure they really have it in them to be part of a cult. Definitely. I don't think they're capable of putting in that effort. Okay, Rosalina. Let's just ask him, what do you think? There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff on my notes. Maybe we should go there as our next stop. We can poke around, find out if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you're suggesting we go question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good, let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Sneaks. We're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us good reason to poke around, say a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Okay, good. And hopefully we can find out what's wrong with Wayne while we're at it. Do we have to? That seems like maybe Tabitha can help us out. Finally, an opportunity. I've been looking forward to get to know Tabitha. I'm sure Tabitha's gonna love that we're snooping around. A bit more down. I need to like be on the other side. How do I? We'll just have to make sure we don't get caught. We'll be super sneaky. I can even keep a lookout. Look at us going out on a caper together. I missed this. I missed it too. Though there is something missing. Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been. Have you seen him lately? Nope, I've tried to plan stuff, but he's just been too sick. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seemed excited to meet Sleepy. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Heck yeah, let's do it. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you all posted. Woo! Gracious. That was a lot of yapping. I think that's a good stopping point, maybe. I think that is a good place to end for the night. Because that was a lot of yapping. Move myself back. Woo! Okay, sorry. Move myself back over here. Okay. Slay. The doctor? Slay. It'll have to wait till tomorrow, I fear. Maybe I don't meet Reese yet? Do I meet the doctor guy? At least? Okay. Anybody we know we should raid to? Oh, Reese is a her? I thought Reese was gonna be a dude. Not that it matters. I guess it's because the Reese that I know is a dude. The Reese that comes to chat. My tummy hurts, bro. Should we go see Chelix? Oh, the doctor. Oh, my bad. Okay, Slay. Or Cryptic is live. We could go see Cryptic. Actually, I can clock out whenever the freak frack I want to. I'm losing it. Losing it. Okay, Cryptic or Chelix? What do you guys think? I'm so sorry. Chelix, okay. Oop, 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 oop. All right, Slay Squad, let's go. I'm gonna fall asleep. So good. So good. Frankly, the best sleep you ever did see. All right. Goodbye, my friends. Love you all so much. Thanks. Yeah, Slay. W impression. You got it. Love you guys so much. Sleep well. Have a good day tomorrow. I will see y'all tomorrow. I should be relatively on time, but you know me lately. She be doing her thing. LOL. Literally, bruh. Literally. Okay. Love you all so much.